Welcome everybody to Boro's channel. And whoa, what a horrendous Mourinho bus parking session we just witnessed, and that was just awful. 0-0. I gotta say, congratulations to Hugo Lloris. What a save that was from a Mason Mount shot. That was the moment, because you win. Games like these, you win on one moment, and that was the moment. And that save right there saved Spurs from losing this game, because that was all that was. They did not create any chances. I think the only chance they created was Bergwijn in the first half. But I would say they're worthy of a point because they defended in numbers, and you can tell that this is a Mourinho defense. They did not give anything away apart from a few mistakes by Rondon, or was it Rodon? 2 mistakes and 2 chances, and one of them was offside. The other one was missed by Giroud. And a worrying performance by Tammy Abraham, probably one of his worst games in a Chelsea shirt. He really tried. He was covered by a lot of defenders, but he got the best of our chances. We did create, I would say for a 0-0, we created enough, in my opinion, in a game like this. That you don't get a lot of chances, but we created enough to get that one goal, because that's all it would take to win this game. One goal by either team, and we had more of it, but Lloris came up big with those 2 saves, particularly the Mason Mount save, because that is a match-winning save. I'm telling you, that is the difference between 3 points and 1 point. And we don't go top. Spurs are top. Congratulations to Spurs for being top. They got the point, but to be honest, I'm convinced that they will be up there, but I'm not convinced they'll win the league. The reason being, they're very defensive. They are very pragmatic. They parked the bus. Like, they really parked the bus today for sure. They did not want to win that match, whatever. They just wanted to get the 0-0, and they got the 0-0. And we had the chances to score. We didn't. I was disappointed with the pace of our passing. And that's why when we were passing between the lines, sometimes we were a bit too careful for my liking. I did not like that, and I thought it was a wasted opportunity. If we had passed the ball a little bit quicker, we perhaps would have won the match. The other thing I noticed is we missed Pulisic. This was a game calling out for the individual quality of Pulisic to dribble past a couple of players and find something. And we brought him on, and Giroud too late. They had a good impact, not a particularly big impact. Spurs had so many bodies behind the ball. Basically, their 2 CMs were basically like auxiliary center backs, just standing in front of the other center backs and not really moving out. Reece James and Chilwell, I don't know, not bad but not good. Like Reece James put in some delicious crosses. He did, and he defensively he didn't have much to do because Son was really busy tracking back today. So I would say that Tammy Abraham, you've got to do more with those half chances. They are half chances. They're not clear cut. Some of the crosses that came in were delicious. All he had to do was just time his header right, and that's 1-0. Or at the very least, it has to be Lloris has to make the save that he made against Mason Mount to keep it at 0-0. And I feel like Abraham wasted those opportunities, and maybe we could have done better with Werner in that position. But then again, Werner has not been in great form. But when the chance came for Werner, unfortunately it was offside. He took it beautifully. So 0-0. Mourinho, that's what I call him, Mourinho, came in with his disgusting bus, parked it with 4-wheeler, massive wheels on the bus that don't move, it just stays there, and he just parked the bus today and spoiled the game. Frank Lampard and Chelsea, we tried, we were not quick enough with our passing, but a draw is a draw, a point, we move on. I don't even want to talk about this game anymore. Sevilla's coming up, big game. And Sevilla is whoever wins that game. We're going away to Seville. Whoever wins that game will be topping the table in the Champions League. So we move on to that game, and we move on to Leeds United coming in this weekend. Now, the other results: a magnificent game between Southampton and Manchester United. I really enjoyed this match. Edinson Cavani showing ice cold Martial how to finish. He came in, he had an awesome impact. A lot of Man United YouTube channels, a lot of Man United fans, they say that Martial is the real deal, and there seems to be this myth There's seriously this myth that Martial is world class. He is not world class. Congratulations to Edinson Cavani and Manchester United, the right back in the hunt for top 4. And congratulations to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who once again backs against the wall, 2-0 down halftime, makes some changes. They win the game, and he's showing his word that he's not the problem at Manchester United. The problem is upstairs, not him. Moving on. Wolverhampton 2, Arsenal 1. It's actually Arsenal 1, Wolverhampton 2. Emirates, the library. They went to the library, Wolverhampton, and what a horrendous collision between Raul Jimenez and David Luiz. I wish Raul Jimenez the best. Prayers go out to you, my friend. I don't know you personally, but you're a fantastic Premier League striker, and I really hope that you're doing well. He was on the ground for 10 minutes. He lost consciousness. I think he swallowed his tongue. We didn't get to see the replay, which probably means that the collision was pretty bad. But I'm reading reports that he's responsive, so hopefully he's doing well. But again, Wolves were awesome today. They attacked down both flanks with Adama Traore and Pedro Neto, and they were awesome. They really ripped Arsenal's fullbacks apart. Bellerin had a forgetful afternoon defensively. And even more worryingly, Aubameyang was awful. He had a couple of opportunities, not close today, and he's lacking confidence in front of goal. And I'm gonna criticize Arteta a bit constructively. I'm not gonna troll. I'm not gonna banter too much. I'm just gonna criticize him constructively, saying what I've seen teams like when Klopp came in, he tried to fix the attack. He went gung-ho, he had his gegenpress style of play, and he tried to fix the attack and then fix the defense later on, after making sure that they were good enough to always score goals. Lampard came in last season, he's trying to do a similar thing. This season he's introducing a bit of pragmatism. What Arteta did is a bit different. Arsenal, post-2006, ever since they moved from Highbury to the Emirates under Wenger, have always been a free-flowing team without lacking the solidarity, the muscle, the mental fortitude to win titles and to grind out results and to go the distance in terms of winning the title. But what Arteta's done here, he's scrapped the whole process and said we'll get solid, we'll be difficult to beat. But he's done that to an extent where they've completely lost their edge in terms of creativity. Now, it's also a personnel thing. They don't personally have that many creative players. But I've seen teams with much less resources get a lot more creativity out of their teams, like Southampton, for example. So this is a concerning because I feel like Arteta, what he's done is he's tried to fix the defense. And even though he was under Pep Guardiola, he's more similar to David Moyes. And unfortunately, in trying to fix the defense and make Arsenal solid, they have completely lost creativity. There is not much they do in the midfield. They look like they're not going to create a lot of chances. Confusingly, they gave a lot of big deals to veteran players. I remember I had a debate talking about Aubameyang. Why would you give a 31-year-old, 270, 350k a week for 3 years? He'll be 34. So imagine if this is the first year of his decline. He's only going to get worse. I'm not saying it is, but imagine that it is. Like, it could be. And if he doesn't find form, they're in trouble. They've committed a lot of money to a lot of players who could be going past their best. And I had an interesting talk with an Arsenal friend of mine, and I said that I would have sold, personally, I would have made Leno available in the summer and kept Martinez, because Leno would give them a lot. If they were able to successfully sell Leno, they would easily get 50, 55, 60 million pounds for him, where they got for Martinez, they got 12. And Martinez is equally on an equal par to Leno, in my opinion. They're both very good goalkeepers. So they could have easily been able to afford the more expensive one and use the money, a bit like Liverpool did when they sold Coutinho, or we did when we sold Hazard, to use it on players they need. They definitely need a creative midfielder badly. They need someone like a Cazorla, what Cazorla used to be. Someone to link that between that defense and attack. And they need to replace right back, because Bellerin is completely done. He's like the Marcus Alonso of right back. He cannot defend. They need to find a center back partner for Gabriel as well. I'm not sure if Holding is the answer. I'm not sure if David Luiz long term is the answer because he's getting there in terms of age. I'm not sure if Pablo Mari is the answer. So they definitely need to invest there again. So they have a lot of investments to make, and they can't do it like this. I'm telling you, if you want to buy 1 or 2 players every window, you're not going to go anywhere. Even Liverpool, they are the example of like, let's build a team patiently. But remember, in one window, they were building a team patiently to an extent, and then in one window they bought 3 or 4 big players. In January they bought Van Dijk, and then in the summer they bought Fabinho, they bought Alisson, they bought Shaqiri, and they bought Naby Keita, and that completely transformed their team. They went all out in that window, and that's what Arsenal will have to do eventually, because right now they're not good enough, and I fear that come January they might be 8th, 9th, 10th. And you see what happens when you don't create. Your strikers, the people who win you matches, they are lacking confidence, they are lacking self-belief. You basically when you play a counter-attacking game, you back your strikers to take the chances when it comes. And on the flip side of that, when you're not creating enough and you're dropping points and your striker is not scoring goals, he will lose that edge. He will lose that confidence. So that is the risk of being pragmatic all the time, and that's something Arteta is finding out. And he'll be criticized heavily, I think. People were saying he was better than Lampard and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think that opinion has to be revisited, and people will see that I think Frank Lampard right now is probably better. He actually is. Plays a better brand of football, getting better results, pretty much. And he finished top 4 with a young team. But his philosophy was completely different, to go out there and win games. So interesting to see what Arteta will do now. I just don't see them winning a lot of games playing this brand of football. I think they have to invest a lot of money. The board has to get their hands out of their pockets and start spending. Get their hand in their wallet and take out the money and splash it, because that's the only way they'll get to the top. Because you can't be patient and expect young players to get better, and then let's say these players get better, but by the time they buy those 1-2, if they keep going and buying 1 or 2 pieces, by the time they have a very good team, Aubameyang will be very old and he won't be at his best, and some of the other players will look at the situation and be like, I want to leave because I don't want to be here. I'm getting older, and my window to win a title is running out, so I have to go to another team. Yeah, man, 0-0. I'll come back to you guys. I'll do something with the Sevilla game for sure. We got to win that match. I'm gonna preview that game in a bit, in a few days right before we play. Until then,